Now at 5, a first look at alarming video of a Muni train barreling through a curve at 50 miles an hour with the driver seemingly asleep at the wheel. Good evening, I'm Claudine Wong. Now this all happened in September on the Judah line, but this is the first time we're getting a look at the video from multiple angles. Now first, take a look at this camera. This is the driver right here, and you can see through several points in this video that she appears to be nodding off. Her head actually drops down several times. This is 8:36 in the morning. The train is in motion, and we know now it is also speeding up. And then at some point there's one big jolt, which seems then to shake the driver back into attention, and then she reacts. But until that jolt happens, she's basically just kind of nodding off and just step after step, not really knowing what's going on. All right, I want to walk you over to this other piece of video because I want to show you what's happening for the passengers during all of this. This was happening at the same time. You can see the passengers here. They're getting jolted after this driver hits this curve. It's going about 50 miles an hour. It was speeding up until that point, and that is really what is happening. The driver tried to correct. The passengers are jostled around, and they're really shaken up. They jostled around a couple of times. The driver actually comes out. This is it again, so you can see how hard that impact is. The driver actually tells them to relax, assures them that the train did not crash, and then goes as far to tell them that it was a mechanical problem. You can actually hear her on the video saying the emergency brake didn't work. So lots of reaction to this video tonight. KTVU's Christian Captain joins us live with the story. Christian, a pretty incredible video to watch.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Passengers at the time described how frightening that whole incident was. Now we can see for ourselves. Video from the morning of September 24th shows the moments an inbound Judah train came barreling out of the Sunset Tunnel near DuBose Park at 50 miles per hour. Another angle shows the operator apparently asleep in the moments leading up to the incident, slamming her hand on the emergency brake. As the train came to a halt, the operator telling passengers the brake wouldn't stop the train.
I'm sorry. Relax. We didn't crash. Relax. It wouldn't stop. Relax. We're okay.
Now, more than a month after the incident, Muni has said it has completed its investigation, which confirms error as a result of operator fatigue. The agency is addressing the matter in accordance with internal protocols and the relevant contract, which included placing the operator on non-driving status. Muni said an inspection showed the train was in proper working order and that the agency is reinforcing the importance for operators to watch for signs of fatigue. Passengers who've seen the video say it's alarming.
It's pretty terrifying, yeah. I guess you know that things like that can happen, but thankfully they're really rare.
I don't feel any less safe riding the Muni having seen this than I did already. You know, and I feel that this city still has one of the best public transportation networks that I've ever seen.
Leadership from the Transport Workers Union Local 250A, who represent the drivers, say safety is always a top priority for all operators.
We deal with a very complex city, you know, and I think that we do very well, you know, and like I say, we are constantly to do better. You know, the union is about perfection.
And Muni said it is working with the train manufacturer to work to put systems in place to make sure incidents like this don't occur in the future. We're live in San Francisco. Christian Captain, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
And Christian, have we learned anything about the hours that this driver worked? I mean, in some parts of the video, you could see her actually put her head down, you know, before the train was actually in motion, seemingly looking exhausted at 8:30 in the morning. I don't know if there are rules in place for how many hours they can work or anything like that, but certainly it makes you think about that.
Yeah, so from what we understand, that driver hadn't been called in to work extra shifts or mandatory overtime, anything like that. It may have been 60 hours over the previous 2 weeks or so. That's the number that I've heard before. But clearly that driver does appear to be slumped over the wheel at one point in time, very early in the video that we received, and then later on you can see as she enters that tunnel She appears to lean back, her head goes down, and she certainly, by all appearances, seems to be asleep before that train hits that first curve and she gets that initial jolt. That's when you see her reach out for the controls, hit a button that she refers to later on in the video as the mushroom, which is like an emergency brake, and tries to bring that train to a halt as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it certainly looked exhausted. All right, Christian Captain, that video does give us pause. Thank you so much for that report.